What do we have at the foundation of the reading? The Lovers, Gemini energy at the foundation of the reading. So the message I've been getting for this reading has to do with an individual, whether it's a family member, a friend, an ex, a coworker, that is either stalking, trolling, or harassing you in one form or another. I feel that this individual is watching you align with your path, or watching you align with the highest version of yourself that exists on any timeline, and they are doing anything and everything to try and stop you from reaching your intended target or goal. This person that I'm picking up on is very mentally sick. This is not somebody who should really be left to their own devices. I am picking up on somebody here who is an adult. Even for some of you, this person could be middle-aged or older. But it's like they have the maturity level of a 12-year-old. I'm also picking up that this person could quite possibly be an alcoholic, a drug addict. This person is somebody who walks a darker path in life. This person is most definitely in their south node. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's just another way of speaking about going the opposite way of your purpose, your intended path, or your destiny. I'm also picking up something here about this person quite possibly being some sort of past life enemy. But there's something going on here in the spiritual realm with this individual. Now, I feel that this person has done many things to create stagnation for you on your path. And in some cases, these weapons have actually formed against you, but for your benefit. Now, this is one of these situations where the divine is watching this person do what they do. And the divine knows that if they allow for some of this energy to touch you, that you will eventually come out on the other side better off for having gone through this situation. A lot of your success is based on the struggles that you have gone through with this individual or these people. It's like every time they come against you, it gives you a new piece of content, a new idea, a new way that you can help assist those who may be going through similar in the collective. Now, this is a perfect example of transmuting negative into positive. And until you realize how this works or how you can take the power position here, it feels like the universe is working against you. It feels like you can't do anything right. And I know how this feels because a large portion of my life was spent feeling just that, like the universe was working against me. But then I had a spiritual walk-in, and I was shown a much different perspective on how to handle these energies. See, a lot of the times, the bravery that we need to harness to be able to overcome these situations is the story, is the lesson, is where the money, so to speak, is made. You know, it's not hard to see how people who are in the spiritual community or are in the sector of self-help, so to speak, have these unbelievable stories that have elevated them to the status that they're at. I personally wouldn't be here had I not gone through all the horrendous struggles that I had gone through in my life. In fact, being here with all of you puts purpose behind the struggles that I've gone through, no matter how dark or diabolical they may be. When you are able to take the power back, you can put unbelievable purpose behind all of it. And this, my friends, is how you defeat the devil or devils in your life. You see, the devil doesn't want us to get on the other side of fear. And this is exactly what this is. When you say, okay, devil, all right, I see how you get down. When you're able to take a deep breath, take a step back, observe, and understand that there is a way to defeat these weapons that form against you, and that you are actually being given an incredible opportunity to strike gold. But it takes patience, it takes willpower not to react. As a Scorpio myself, this is one of the main lessons that I've had to learn on my path is the power of not responding or reacting, but rather taking all of that frustration and transmuting it into something powerful to help another. And this is what a lot of you are beginning to understand right now. You all, depending on what zodiac sign each one of you are, well, you all have the parts of yourself that the divine is trying to help you bring into balance. Like I mentioned, Scorpios, right? Reacting. We're very reactive. So much so that it's to our detriment. However, it's in those moments of not reacting that the Scorpio, which also represents the Phoenix, rises out of their own ashes of the past. Now, the Lovers at the foundation is you aligning with your path, your purpose, your destiny. It's representing spirit right here, and then your higher self and your lower self, coming into this divine union and helping you elevate into this new timeline. And no matter who you are, whether you're just now starting out on your path or you're more advanced on your path, you are always, I repeat, always going to be dealing with at least one person that is always coming for you. It's just a part of the mechanics toward ascension. But I promise you that if you can reframe how you perceive these opposing forces as actually something that is happening for you than against you, you'll be able to hit incredible heights and achieve monumental success. And this is also another way that the divine delivers our blessings to us. A lot of the times they come through in very unexpected ways. But if you can look between the details of things, you will begin to find all of these hidden Easter eggs, so to speak. You may be dealing with all these struggles and not knowing what's going on. But then when you step back and just take a moment, take that deep breath, you'll start to see that there's blessings in between all of that. Oh, I see now. If I'm able to overcome this situation and handle myself, compose myself correctly, I can extract a very important lesson, wisdom, and or blessing to help elevate me further on my path. Yes, that's how this works. And this is tried and true because, again, this is something that took me a very long time to come to understand, that your blessings, a lot of the time when it comes to stuff like this, aren't going to be obvious. They're sort of hidden in the struggle, okay? What do we have at the sacral, please? Perfect. 10 of Pentacles. There is the blessing. The legacy energy literally followed what I just said. Now, this 10 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, this is your spiritual inheritance, your spiritual wealth, showing up right after we've just delivered that message, that a lot of you don't even realize that you're already staring down your spiritual fortune. A lot of the times, I go as far as saying most of the time, again, it comes through in some of the ways I've just mentioned. An idea, a perspective, sandwiched in between a struggle that is very difficult for you to see clearly because of how overwhelmed you feel by that opposing force. There is never a shortage of ideas when you can start to look at your life this way, okay? And again, I speak from experience here because I'm somebody who deals with a lot of pushback doing what I do. I deal with a lot of harassment, a lot of stalking, and a lot of trolling. It's just a part of working in this particular community. But having said that, every single time I'm faced with something, I get a new message, I get a new idea. It gives me more to pull from when I'm trying to assist all of you on your path. It's all life experience that is mainlined to you by way of the struggle, the good stuff, right? The invaluable wisdom very rarely is going to come from something that was easy to attain. It's amongst all of that struggle that you get the nuggets of gold, right? Those nuggets of wisdom. And this 10 of Pentacles, which can be called the nuggets of gold, it is the wealthiest card in the tarot, next to the Ace of Pentacles. But the Ace of Pentacles is more hand of God kind of energy. This is something right here that you actually materialize into your waking life by way of your higher guidance. This would essentially be what comes after the divine giving you that Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Pentacles doesn't always have to be money or pentacles or something material. It can quite often be ideas, downloads that lead you to this 10 of Pentacles. But this is also coming out at the sacral. Now, your sacral is all connected to your creativity, your passion, your optimism for life. So you are literally crafting something. You are molding something, creating a path for yourself, a way through, armed with the wisdom and the struggle that you have gone through up until this very moment. You know, a lot of you may be going through hell in your life right now. You may be dealing with lots of struggles. However, and though this is easier said than done because I've been through this, you have to understand that if you're going through hell right now, It means that the universe is working in your life to get you out of the struggle that you may be going through. Right before I had my major awakening, my life completely fell apart. We call this a tower, right? In the tarot, that's what it means. It's when there's a complete destruction of any sort of false securities. A kind of upheaval is taking place in your life, but it's for the betterment of you and your path. And it's usually during these times in our life that we feel like the universe is working against us because we can't see things from a higher perspective like the universe does. But if you can just stop to think for a moment about how our lives are constructed, most of us, for the most part, without even realizing it, have wandered so far off our paths that when we start to go through the awakening process, the divine, the universe starts to work in our life to remove us from these situations that do not serve our highest good and are bringing us out of the darkness, out of hell, so to speak, and placing us back on our path. It's as if we have wandered off into this heavily wooded region without even realizing it. And then the universe starts arranging things behind the scenes to get us out of there. But it takes time and it takes understanding. But I'm here to tell you that for those of you out there that are going through the struggle, this is a clear sign, especially if you've been asking for change in your life and you've been putting the work in to try and improve your situation. Well, this is a sign that the universe heard your prayers, heard your cries, and is doing what the universe does to get you out of the situation that you're in. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles from this deck represents to me being between worlds, right? You don't even really see this, that the universe is trying to remove you from an old cycle, an old way of doing things, and align you with this new timeline. And then the moon, you can't even see it. It's hidden from you, right? You just think that the universe is working against you. But I'm telling you, again, based on my own experience, this is how you know that the universe is working for you. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Too many cards. There's that Ace of Pentacles I just spoke about. I just spoke about the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles, and they both just showed up here. Okay, Eight of Wands, movement. Seven of Wands, this energy of feeling very overwhelmed and discouraged and not understanding that all of this is unfolding exactly the way it's supposed to. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Wow, what an energy. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Now, this combination of the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups is showing us very clearly here that your ultimate goal, whatever that is for you, is the target point of this energy. Complete material security, abundance, and emotional fulfillment. And this is why there's this intense energy of envy around all of you at this time, because this is everything. This is what everybody wants in some capacity. Now, the 10 of Cups is the general picture of happiness. So again, whatever that is for you. Right here, we have a couple, some kids, a farmhouse, a dog, okay? So that's the general picture of happiness here, but it doesn't have to be that. Just whatever that vision that you have for yourself is, this is what the universe is ushering you towards at this time. Of course, this takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. There's a lot of things that need to be arranged and sorted out. There's a lot of work that needs to be put into the path to get to this point. And each one of you is going to have a different mission statement to the next. But we are seeing the end target in this energy. And to get these two tens back to back like this is very rare. Okay, this is not something that happens all the time. Now, I'm hearing for a number of you out there, if there's something that you are working towards, whether it's a creative project, again, just a vision for your life, you actually achieve this. Because the 10 of Pentacles at that sacral position is speaking about that passion and creativity. And then the 10 of Cups is you actually achieving it and standing directly in your power, solar plexus energy. Now, because of this incredible success that I'm picking up in your energy here, unfortunately, you're going to have to try and get used to the fact that there's not going to be a whole lot of people cheering you on, okay? And this is one of the dark sides of success. When you begin to have success and you realize that the people that spend the most time coming for you are actually the people that you thought would have been cheering you on, throwing stones from the shadows. Some of these people have had more success than you. Some of these people have more than you, but yet they've become so focused on what you're building and the idea that you're no longer that person they can control anymore. You're no longer that person that is beneath them. that makes them feel better about who they are. Because a lot of these people, they built what they had off of other people's misery. And it's you and your success that is beginning to unearth all of that. What do we have at the heart, please? Too many cards. 5 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Again, from this deck, Judgment. So that 5 of Wands representing obstacles and challenges that other people have put on your path. And and that brings me to another message. You start to realize who it was that was always creating the obstacles and challenges in your life when you begin to have success, right? You start to see things from a completely different perspective. It's very sad, but you start to realize that there's a higher power at play, right? Not to say you didn't always realize that, but it's different now. It's undeniable, and it's in everything. You understand that there's a divine mechanics that is unfolding all around us. You also begin to understand the importance of loving on yourself, respecting yourself, and not allowing anybody to dim your light. Because when you're able to truly respect and love yourself, anything is possible. See, that's the key to life. Love, not just for others, but yourself first. Because when you love yourself, it puts you in the vibration of love. And it's in that vibration that you are able to accomplish anything that is truly in alignment with your path and the highest good of your life and all of those who come in contact with you. Right on the bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles and the Star. Okay, now the 7 of Pentacles, that's an energy of you earning your success, right? This is just not something that is going to fall on your lap. The divine is showing you how to do this. You got to go out and get it, which puts more meaning behind it anyway, because it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's that journey that you extract the wisdom from, the story from. And that star, that's you being in the spotlight of your life. Unbelievable energy that I'm picking up here. What do we have at the heart, please? Literally followed what I just said. Strength, Leo energy at the heart. Now, the Strength card is highlighting what we spoke about in regards to self-love and confidence. It also speaks about good health, spiritually, mentally, physically. See, these are also the secrets to aligning with your path. We don't really realize this until you start to get working inside of this space. See, everything holds energy. Everything has a vibration. And everything we consume, mentally, physically, spiritually, is going to make up the total of our vibration. When you can really begin to understand how this works and biohack your life, you'll start to accomplish these visions, these goals. Again, as long as they're in alignment with your highest good, that's very important. And right here we have strength, right? Lion at the heart, lion heart, which speaks about the ingredient that the divine needs you to implement in your life. It's completely fearless, understanding that there's no one that can stand in your way. No words that anybody tells you, no weapons that anybody forms against you can defeat you. Not if you can understand that any of those things, any of those tactics that they may try and use against you, you can transmute. You can reshape it into helping heal others. This is absolutely the devil's nightmare when you're taking all this wickedness, all this evil that he's projecting into your life, and you're using it for the betterment of humanity. You cannot be stopped if you can begin to understand how this works. And it's challenging. Even once you've become very experienced at it, there's always going to be another devil, a bigger devil, after you've defeated one of the other devils in your life. We're always hitting the next level in the game. But with the difficulties of navigating each one of these new levels comes more wisdom, comes more experience, comes more access to this divine abundance that will rain down upon you indefinitely when you can wrap your mind and your power around how the war between the dark and light unfolds inside our waking lives. And it's not obvious. Yes, there's principalities at play all around us, but we can't see the war. The war in our lives is kind of like a crossword puzzle. Finding yourself in a situation where you feel painted into a corner, you feel checkmated by life, and the divine's showing you a secret passage doorway out. Something that I mention quite often is when we feel so stuck and down and out and like we don't know which way to go in our external world, the best thing to do is go inward to find your way outward. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow. Chariot, Cancer energy at the throat. Alignment, material wealth, emotional wealth, courage, and victory. This is probably the most powerful arrangement of cards that I've had come out in a very long time. But it makes perfect sense because we're quickly approaching the end of all of these major retrograde cycles. End of February, we're going to feel this huge push forward. It's going to see a lot of you really going after all of these things that you've been constructing plans around. There's going to be a lot of movement inside the collective. I just heard the end of February is going to mark the beginning of a golden age for a lot of people inside the collective who've been putting the work in. Those who have been creating struggle and spreading hate and fear and trying to hold back people that are trying to align with their true north are going to be placed in a reality that reflects that kind of mindset and way of living. We're entering into a world where the way that you are living in it and getting around is exactly what it's going to begin reflecting back to you. Now, you could argue that it's always been this way, but there's an acceleration. We're starting to see things manifest and unfold almost instantaneously with this Pluto in Aquarius transit, and it's at 1 degree. So it's really speaking about the beginnings of things. Some people call it the age of Aquarius. Doesn't really matter. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about the energy, what you sense is available to you. But this chariot here is really speaking about you asserting yourself, putting action behind these visions, behind these plans, and charging forward. The divine has given you everything you need. There's literally nothing else that you could possibly need to pull this off. Everything is being transmitted to you by way of your downloads, your dreams. Everything is in your mind, but you need to pay attention to your surroundings because there's a lot of this energy that is trying to distract you long enough to where you can't access it. These opposing forces that come against you, that throw stones from the shadows, that's all they're trying to do is distract you long enough so you miss the boat, so to speak, or you just give up on yourself. And then right on the bottom of this deck, I have the High Priestess. Okay, so this just follows what I said in regards to everything is being transmitted to you. It's in your mind, right? Your higher guidance. That's what the High Priestess is. The Fool. Okay, card 0. So here's this new beginning. Wow, the Hermit. Again, you going inward for all of your guidance and clarity. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Wow. 5 of Wands, Leo energy. So 5 of Wands represents the obstacles and challenges you've had to overcome to get here. It's representing these people that think they're meant to be in competition with you, your rivals. You don't even know that this is taking place. It's like they're doing it from the shadows behind your back. But this 5 of Wands is a little different. It's like they're sitting down, like they've kind of given up, right? They realize it's a futile effort now. You're gone. Nothing they do is going to get you to come down off your throne. You just have way too much to lose, spiritually speaking, right? Vibrationally speaking is really what it comes down to. To even entertain these energies, to even respond or react to them, you have to lower yourself to meet them where they are. This is something that I really had to come to learn, okay, on my path, because I've always dealt with people who were trying to get me to react, were trying to get me to self-sabotage and put myself in a position to where they could point their finger at me and say, see, look at you, right? But when I really started to understand why all this was happening and I got all that under control, everything changed. It's like they just can't seem to process the fact that you're not reacting anymore. They're not used to this version of you. I mean, really, there has been a kind of death to this old you, right? The you that didn't know what you know now. That's what the transformative process is all about. That's what awakening is all about. You're awakening from a version of yourself that simply did not know. And these people don't know you anymore. What do we have at the crown, please? Page of Pentacles. Perfect. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy at the crown. Now, everything we're seeing here is a glimpse into the future. This is what you're heading towards. Now, this Page of Pentacles is the first step that you need to take to get there. This right here is the full gamut. The Page of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. This is an energy of seeking abundance. And see this little gnome's coming through, right? It's like he's a representative of the divine. He's got a leaf on his head. I don't know why. But he's giving you the downloads and the mission, right? And you're like, oh, thank you, divine gnome. I mean, you could have just come as a normal-sized person, but that's okay. I like this. But he provides you with the blueprints, the mission statement to get to the abundance. Seeking abundance, achieving abundance. Giving you the $1 million idea, whatever that is, now implementing that $1 million idea. And that's right at the crown, right? So your connection to spirit. This is very interesting as well. We have this Page of Pentacles, which represents the earth signs to the material world, at the crown, spirit. And then we have the Lovers, which is very much spirit, right? And your higher self at the root chakra, which represents the material world. So there's this perfect balance that you are implementing into your everyday waking life between the spiritual realm and the material world. You know, this is not very easy to do, but this is how you truly master both realms. The material and the spiritual is by being able to move in between the two. I come across a lot of people who are too much in the crown, right? Completely disconnected from the material world. And then there's the people, obviously, that are too much in the material world and don't have enough spirit in their life. And in a lot of cases, they're completely void of any spiritual guidance, but not you. There's a perfect balance here that you're being given access to. Spiritual addiction is a thing, okay? A lot of times when we first start going through the awakening process, we go through a bit of spiritual addiction because we have all this new information that we're getting access to. So that's kind of normal, but you want to rebalance all of that when you start coming out of that space. You want to be a spiritual warrior with the understanding that you are living in a material world. Do this, understand this, nothing can stop you. Nothing at all. Because you begin to have this understanding over your enemies that they themselves can't even grasp, but you start to see them as limited. You almost feel sorry for them because your higher understanding gives you the perspective to see the greater mechanics of how life works. You also begin to understand that those enemies that you have are a necessary part of who you're becoming, because without them, there would be no need for you to become this more empowered, more aligned version of yourself. Those enemies provide you with the purpose to be great. You are like a blessing that's sent into their reality to show them what's possible. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the foundation of the reading. Now, the Page of Wands from this deck is speaking about these enemies, okay? This kind of trickster sort of energy that they have, right? Very immature, lacking direction, very pessimistic, and thinking that their whole purpose for being is to stop people like you. Here you are, aligning, right? This is what you're heading towards. See, and we're looking at it from the back, so you're heading towards it, right? And then this energy is coming onto your path, trickster energy, trying to block you, creating stagnation, delays, trying to bring you down to their level. I also feel that a number of you out there are dealing with some situations right now where it's taking everything inside of you not to react. But I'm telling you, don't do it. Do not do it. Nothing good will come out of it. What do we have? The sacral, please. Page of Cups. Wow, look at all these pages. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Page of Cups. 3 of the 4 pages are on the table. Now, this Page of Cups is further emphasizing these opposing energies, okay? Both of these cards represent immaturity. Now, the Page of Cups represents emotional immaturity, energy that's lacking confidence to go after their visions and dreams. So they come for your visions and dreams. You know, it wasn't until I started to really start understanding how this all worked that I realized that there's people like this everywhere. The haves and the have-nots, right? It's not really an in-between. You're either living it or you're not. And those that aren't are coming for those that are. It's frustrating. It can sometimes make you question what the universe or what God is doing, right? You're like, what are you doing? Why does it have to be this hard? But you have to, again, always remember that it gives your path purpose. It's like God saying to you before you came down here, hey, look, we got to send you on this mission. It's going to be really difficult. It's going to get more difficult the better you become at it. But you have to understand my process here because there is a bigger picture plan at play here. We're going to send you in to this life cycle where you're going to be surrounded by a lot of have-nots, and we're going to turn you into a have. You're going to be surrounded by a lot of people that want to tear you down. And when they least expect it, we're going to empower you. We're going to align you with your path and your purpose. We're going to make you a beacon of success to show these people how it's done, to help awaken some of these people, snap them back to reality, so to speak, and get them to stop following this path of fear that was taught to them by the Dark One. But here's the kicker. Chosen One, when you're incarnated into that life cycle, you're going to forget this entire conversation. But as you go throughout your life, you'll start to remember. And we're going to be in constant contact with you. The reception may become staticky. There may be times when you feel so disconnected, you're wondering if I even exist. But we're going to connect a divine tether to you. So we'll always be able to pull you out of it. We're going to send you messages, signs, and synchronicities to help you align, to help you remember this conversation. It's going to be the hardest mission that you have ever gone on in any incarnation. But we're choosing you because you are equipped to pull it off. What do we have? The solar plexus? Oh. We're going to choose you because you are equipped to pull it off, right? Look at this muscle man. It's like he's lifting up the weight of the world because he's equipped to do it. Nine of Cups. And as you are fulfilling your mission, you are going to be rewarded with this 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles energy. This 9 of Cups energy is just your wishes coming true, feeling completely fulfilled because you have this higher understanding of what's taking place here. But the matrix is strong. Sometimes we have days when we don't feel so great. We question our path, what's actually going on here. But that self-doubt will always pass. It's a part of it. But if you always hold on to your faith, you'll always get through. Hold on to the vision. Hold on to the dream. Whatever it is that the divine has armed you with that helps you to get by, hold that with you. Don't ever give up on that because one day you'll be sitting there completely amazed with what your life has become and the fact that you are sitting right in the center of that dream, whatever that looks like for you. What do we have at the heart, please? Two of Pentacles, Ammon, laziness. Okay, so here they are again, doing everything they can to create some sort of instability in your life, some sort of disorder. And I just heard keyboard warrior. Okay, and I have this vision of somebody who, well, it says right here, laziness, right? It's like they're so big and bad when they're hiding behind a mask or behind a keyboard or behind some sort of fake account or email account. But in their everyday waking life, this person is a complete lazy bum. They don't do anything. All they do is point and pick at what everybody else is doing. Always looking for something to tear down in another person's life that is lapping them time and time again on the track to awakening. I'm picking up something here as well. Some sort of energy manipulation. Now, there's many different ways this can show up, but I feel like this person is just trying to get inside your mind, get inside your head, just plant some sort of poison. And this example I'm about to give you is so strange, but this is definitely a real thing. I've dealt with this stuff before. It's like somebody sending you an email that you don't know. You open it up and you read the email and you're like, what am I reading? It's like they put a spell in the email, like words in a certain order. You're casting a spell on yourself just by reading it. So you finish reading it and you just feel sick to your stomach. You're like, what did I just read? That's a kind of spell, right? It's just impacted you on an emotional level. Be very careful of this. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy, Ashaiya, patience. You've broken some sort of generational karma here, some sort of generational curse. You could be dealing with family members that are watching you move forward in your life, having broken the chains that once binded you to the curse that they are still living in. None of these people have put in any effort or work to try and get themselves out of this situation. In fact, all they've done is put all of their energy into trying to pull you back into it. And this is what your mission's all about. It's what you came down here to do. Break these curses, show people how it's done. Whether it's people in your family or people you come in contact with on your path that may be influenced by your teachings or your life experience, it's going to show up differently for all of you. But this is what life is about, especially this day and age. We lead by example. We are all leaders in our own right. We are all teachers in our own right. Your life, in and of itself, is a custom-made set of teachings, specifically assigned and designed just for you to move forward with on your path, to preach unto those who may need a helping hand. Don't you ever forget that. There's a uniqueness to you. And don't ever compare yourself to what others may be doing on their path. Your path is your path for a reason. And again, as we know, everybody's is different. Your life, your path is your mission. Your avatar, the person you are, is here for a specific reason. It's not just coincidence. It's by design. So appreciate you, love you, appreciate your struggles by finding the beauty and the healing in between the details. And literally on the bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance card, healing, okay? What do we have at the throat, please? Perfect. The Fool, Veuia, the exalting God. Will and new beginnings assist with difficult and great undertakings. Okay, so now we are seeing this whole new beginning unfolding in your life because you have this understanding. You get it, right? The resistance, the blockages that the enemy is placing on your path is really just an indication of how close you are getting to your next breakthrough. And we have many, but a lot of you are right on the precipice of something here. Next couple of months, I feel it. Again, end of February, this is going to see a lot of forward momentum for the entire collective. But you got to take chances and assert yourself here. This is not going to show up on your front doorstep. It's up to you to go out and take it. What do we have at the third eye, please? Hangman, Pisces energy, Nishael, at the third eye, the only God. Desire for knowledge, protects from liars, evil, spells, and bad spirits, okay? And look, right underneath that Five of Wands. So here's the enemies, right? And here's their weapons they're trying to form against you. They're like, it's not working. What do we do now? They're all just kind of sitting around. Right? And there's that one in the middle. It's like they're all saying to this one right here, you told us it was going to work. This one's like, well, it usually does. They usually just give up on themselves. But not this time. You're sacrificing this old version of yourself and letting go. You've gained this new perspective, this wisdom. You understand what the term self-sacrifice means. You know that it's a necessary component to hit the next level in the game. Self-sacrifice shows up in countless different ways, but typically speaking, you're all going to have some sort of an idea of what it is that needs to be sacrificed from your life to be able to embrace the new beginning. Most commonly, it can be behavioral patterns, mindsets. It's one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one, right? These toxic people, the reacting to the toxic people, foods, addictions. Each one of you has an agreement with the divine, with source, with God. But if you can really take control of your life and understand that once you start to break through those chains, those things that are holding you back fearlessly, you can't be stopped. Nothing can stop you. And this is challenging. It's not easy, you know? We never reach a point where there's not something more we can sacrifice. There's always something. But the better you get at doing this, the more you will begin to see the blessings rained down upon you each and every time you do it. It's just a part of universal law. You clear out energetic space where old stagnant energy that doesn't serve you anymore once existed, new energies will come through and fill that space. What do we have at the crown to close out the reading, please? Too many cards. So I just saw the King of Cups, and on that depiction of the King of Cups, I don't know if I can find, oh, there it is. It's like somebody He was like, oh, please, please, I did a minute. Please, come on, can't I go with you? And see, you're in this very emotionally balanced energy now. But see how they're in red? You sort of understand what's going on here vibrationally, right? You understand that they're limited. What do we have at the crown, please? Ah, perfect. 3 10s on the table. 10 of swords. Gemini energy. Revelation. Protects from sadness. Gives revelations in dreams. Now, this is like a seal that's being put on this portal that you are getting ready to go through, right? It's like this represents the old cycle of your life, and the seal is being put on there. It's like this is you heading towards it, right? And again, see how on the seal there's these eyes? It's like this is this energy. It's like they're watching you, right, from the shadows. Look how many eyes there are. 10 of Swords is also speaking about what I mentioned in regards to self-sacrifice and understanding here that all of this energy that's been coming against you, well, its whole purpose is to put you in this energy of being a victim. They know that if they can make a victim out of you, it's over for you. Because being a victim is a vibration, it's an energy, it's a mindset. When you're in the energy of being a victim, it makes it very difficult to achieve your goals, reach these visions. Sometimes they make a victim out of you without you even realizing it. They want you to just sit there and marinate in that energy. Well, I can't do this because they did this to me, right? Don't allow them to do that to you. Don't give them that power. That's what they want. They want you to complain about what they've done to you. They want you to come after them because this is how they take all your power from you. Don't give it to them. You need to always hold the power position. And most, if not all of the time, in cases like this, the way you do that is by moving in silence and never reacting to their weapons. You just allow the divine to handle it for you. So this is an amazingly powerful, beautiful spread, and I certainly hope that you're all able to take something useful and empowering for your path and journey. This is the message I have available to all of you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations. Take care.